Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cozy Gamer Jessa, and this is the second episode of our new island called Juniper. And if you missed the first episode, it's going to be linked down below, but it's not super necessary to watch it if you don't want to, and I hope you stick around. So in this video, we are going to try our hardest to get to 3 stars, and to do that, we need to finish the campsite, get more villagers on our island, and probably have to plant more trees, flowers, bushes, crops, things like that, just so we can get to the 3 stars. Everything that is placed currently on my island is temporary, just so we can have more decorations. Oh yeah, I also want to get Able Sisters built. So far, I don't think I've seen her enough times to get it built yet, but next time we see her, we're going to buy everything in her shop so we can get her shop built. So just like our first video, we are going to be time traveling quite a bit just so we can progress through the game. And the reason we're trying to do this so quickly is mainly because I want to get building. I love the gameplay, don't get me wrong, but we recently just did the whole introduction to the beginning of the game in my last island. So I'm trying to speed through it so we can get our build started. So as you can see, I've been collecting my Nook Mile tickets, and I'm trying to save up for the terraforming and waterscaping, and hopefully we'll unlock those in this video, if not the next video for sure. So as you can see in the background, Resident Services is now built up, and now we have Isabel, and we can go to her to find out what our rating is and what we need to do next. And Mabel is in the background, so we're gonna buy everything in her shop. Just like I said before, we're going to buy everything multiple times. Just try to buy as much as we can. Because if you didn't already know, to get her shop built, you need to buy a certain amount of bells worth of items from her shop, 2 days in a row, or not consecutively, but 2 days, and then on the 3rd day she'll ask you to build her shop. So that's what we're just trying to do to get that out of the way. So, to get the ball moving, we have to go talk to Tom Nook and Isabel to see what they want us to do, even though I know they want us to build the campsite and then get more villagers, but you have to initiate the conversation with them to unlock the campsite and all that. So unlike my last island, I don't really have a plan or layout of where I'm going to put these shops and the campsite and people's houses. So I'm just going to be placing them pretty much wherever, and for the most part I do want to try to build around them or limit the amount of moving. I mean, of course move the houses off the beach, but I just don't really have a intricate plan this time, and I want my island to be very terraformed and very natural, I guess. So a natural fairy core. So I'm just going to place the campsite here. We might end up moving, we might just build around it. I think it would be a good spot either way because it's close to the beach and I can add more tents and all that. What I'm not looking forward to is our campsite villager, which should be coming up in the day or the next day we time travel. It turns out it is New Year's, so I don't think we'll get a campsite today, but for tomorrow, I'm really scared on who we will get because the first campsite villager is always the scariest because you have to take them and they could be super ugly and you're just stuck with them. And I always have a hard time getting rid of the campsite villager for some reason. Maybe because all the campsite villagers I've ever gotten were really not pleasant to look at, so I never talked to them, never built a relationship with them, but we're going to try our hardest to get this thing off our island. I don't think I've ever seen this villager before, in my whole, playing of this game. And this one has to take the cake, top 5 ugliest villagers. I'm sorry if you like this type of villager, this puke yellow booger looking thing, but not me, not for our island. We are trying for all cats, or nearly all cats, and then some maybe a cutie or two, but not this. So of course we have to build this guy a new house because he needs somewhere to live. Unfortunately, it's our island. So I'm gonna put down his housing kit wherever, probably like in the back of the island somewhere so we don't have to look at him. And we're gonna keep moving on. I low-key do like the placement of this house. I think it fits really well on this piece of land, and then you can have a pretty cool backyard with the rocks. So I think I'm gonna keep his house here, but eventually, have him move out. But I think this will look really good and gives me a lot of inspiration and ideas for the future. So we definitely aren't gonna have like a uniform neighborhood like we did last time. I'm just gonna try to scatter the houses around and maybe have like a house or two like together, so they're like, I don't know, if we ship them, I guess, then we'll put their houses together, have like a joined yard. But other than that, I kind of want the houses to be scattered around and like tucked in like places, I guess, tucked in around like a waterfall or stuff like that. So I did place down a plot, and we probably are gonna have to place down a couple more, like maybe 2 more plots. I'm not super sure what our star score is right now, but I know that it's probably pretty low. Anyways, we're gonna go villager hunting, and I got a bunch of Nook Mile tickets from Treasure Islands because I've been saving the actual Nook Miles so I can like redeem path and terraforming and waterscaping and all that. So this villager hunt is not as lucky as our last one. Like, we've been getting not super cute villagers, and we just had a double like right in a row, like the same villager. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going till we find someone cute or a cat. Honestly, I would be willing to take pretty much any cat at this moment because we can always like, kick them off and get a different cat in the future. But it would be pretty cool just to get as many cats as humanly possible on our island as soon as possible too. I feel like the main, like, biggest way to get to 3 stars is a couple things. First of all, having enough villagers on your island. I'm pretty sure you need 8, maybe 7. You need items on your island. You need like 50 pieces of fencing. You need fruit trees, but not just the native ones. You need other fruit trees and flowers and bushes. Like, that's really all you need to get to 3 stars. You just need excess of all of it. But the main thing is, I don't think you can even get to 3 stars without having the right amount of villagers. So that's like number 1 priority. And that's why we've been going villager hunting and buying plots. So I'm not going to have a ticket counter in the corner like I usually do with my villager hunts, mainly because I did some villager hunting off camera because like I spent so many tickets. I lost count of how many tickets I used looking for a cat. And I didn't include that footage in all of this, so that's why I didn't put the ticket counter, but it's probably well over 40 tickets, maybe even more. It was a lot. I had to go to the Treasure Islands twice to get tickets. I mean, I didn't go full pockets, but like still, like it was a lot of tickets to go through, and to not get a cat, I did cave in my last time going to a Treasure Island because I saw this little guy and he was in boxes and available to come to our island. He was in desperate need of a new home, so I had to allow him to come to our island. I mean, come on, he's Raymond. He's on the official Dreamy list. Like, he's probably top 3 dreamy cats that we wanted on this island, so it was just too easy. I had to. I'm sorry if you frown upon getting boxed, like, villagers from Treasure Islands, but it happened. And I love him, and I know a lot of other people love him, so don't hate me. Anyways, we are gonna go to resident services and see if inviting Raymond to our island made any type of difference to our star score, which it looks like it hasn't. We are at 1 stars, so we really just need more villagers, and I'm gonna buy another plot. So we're gonna get that immediately, and I'm gonna go place it up in the mountains, I guess, up in the corner, just because I want some houses back there where it's like already on the 3rd level. Oh, we are gonna play a risky game today. We are gonna autofill for no reason in particular other than I'm burnt out from doing villager hunting. After last villager hunt and ending up giving up and just getting Raymond, I've decided I'm not gonna villager hunt for this next villager. We're just gonna cross our fingers and hope that they are cute. But first, we are gonna look at the campsite, and of course, they're disgusting. Anyways, let's go see who autofilled in our plot and see if they're cute. Willow, and she's a yellow and pink sheep. I did have to search her up, but she is super cute, and she'll do for the time being. She really will. Also, Mabel's here, so we're gonna buy everything in her shop again because I really want to get her shop built this video. So, you know, we're just gonna spend all our money on stuff that we don't need, and we'll probably gift some of this stuff, like the winter coat and hat, to our villagers because it kind of blends in with our island for right now. So that's about it, and we're just gonna go to the next day. On a kind of related note, when I first started this game, I didn't know that you had to buy like a certain amount of items from Mabel to get the shop on your island. And I probably had her on my island like 4 or 5 times, maybe even more. I know it was like real life 3 weeks of playing this game, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why she wasn't asking to move her shop onto my island. And I ended up having to look it up. Like, I caved in because I didn't want to look up the game. I just wanted to like do it myself for the first time. And yeah, so now I do not mess around. I buy all of her items, and you should too. And just like that, we have a 2-star island. And that is mainly because I've been placing items. Like, I've been buying stuff from the Nook catalog and Nook's Cranny, placing them down. And now we have 2 extra villagers. And we're probably going to need at least 1 more to get the 3 stars. That and more flowers. I know I've been lacking in the flowers, but we're going to be planting a whole bunch on like the other side of my island, so they're out of the way for now, and hopefully they don't get overgrown, but I mean most likely they will. My scheme worked. Now Mabel wants to move her shop on this island because we bought all her stuff, so I'm gonna place down her shop plot real quick and we'll just be moving on and time traveling to the next day. So the first thing we're gonna do is check with Isabel at Resident Services and see if our score has gone up at all, because I planted a bunch of flowers, a little bit of bushes, and you know, we have the 2 new villagers, so hopefully that'll be enough. And it turns out we are at 3 stars, finally. And that means we can have the KK Slider concert tomorrow, and then we've done it. We've unlocked terraforming, waterscaping. I mean, we have to buy them still, but I have enough Nook miles for that. But we did it. We finally did it. And it was pretty easy. All you have to do is villagers, flowers, trees, items. I think that's it. But yeah, just do those 5 things, and you could easily get your 3-star island if you just restarted or you just got the game for Christmas or something. It's that simple. I mean, it is kind of time consuming, especially if you do not time travel. Anyways, let's go and enjoy the concert. And thank you so much for watching this video and my last video, if you did or not. And I hope you consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing so you can see the next videos to come when we start to decorate this beautiful island. Alright? Bye, everybody.
다음 주 선수 메리아르 가수 유네스 가브